Hey everyone, and welcome back to Gearblocks. Last episode, I did some work on the transport truck trying to figure out what I wanted to do for the front suspension and the drivetrain and whatnot. And off camera, I kind of got it set up how I'm thinking of doing it from now on. The issue with it not driving, I fixed. With doing it like this, the gear would kind of move up and out of the way because the physics in this are really messed up. But this gear on that end would go up and not transmit the power through. So I just removed it, moved the drive shaft over, and then removed the part that was changing which way it rotated. And this actually seems to work. I still need to change the orientation of the gears for this gearbox, but that's simple. I'll do that, and I'll swap it over to all my vehicles that use it. And then for the front suspension, at the moment, it is on leaf springs, just basic leaf springs with the bar that comes down to here for the steering, and then the tie rod on the back. And it works now. It's actually drivable. Hopefully this isn't too loud. Come on, start. There we go. Yeah, it's a little on the loud side. Let me see what the volume is set to. Let's try 75. Yeah, it's actually drivable now, as you can tell. I was really hoping to keep the drive shaft in the middle, but that's not a big deal. I'm not that worried about it. I would, however, like to throw in another clutch, which is here. Drop that all the way down. And then I'll just leave the speeds the way they are and put it facing that way. That allows you to do like engine braking and stuff. Is that header facing the wrong way? Nope, that's the intake, okay. This thing is confusing. It's got 3 banks of cylinders. It's a W24. Alright, but yeah. It won't stay running. Oops. It's still kind of gutless in reverse because of using the like clutch gears and stuff. It'd be nice if it would stop stalling. Having the extra clutch in there, facing the way I just put it, can help stop the engine from stalling. It can like do a bump start kind of thing as it's still rolling. But it's not great. And then we've got that issue with the wheels. Like, why is it doing that? It's not like I have physics turned down or anything. I don't know if we even can adjust the physics. But at the moment, it's working decently other than those couple things. I am still tempted to put a 3-speed in it. But really quick. Yeah. There's no way to actually like change the physics like you can in Scrap. Either way, this thing has an automatic in it, which I've shown before. And I'd really, really like to use it instead. See if I can show it working. Can't really get the camera into a decent spot, but you can see when I hit throttle, it moves back. Oh, and the engine stalled. Come on. There we go. Oh, and it's being stupid. Okay. They really need to fix the physics in this, especially when you have power going through something like this and a cylinder or something so that it can slide in and out like a slip yoke eliminator or whatever it's called. Slide, adjustable drive shaft. Either way, that should get rid of that problem for now. So if we watch the gears, there's first automatically, and then as we get up to speed, it starts shifting into second. And it will eventually go into third. So it's a working automatic 3-speed, and it works pretty well. But I want it to have more than 3 gears, because like, in some kind of small car or something, this would be fine. But transport truck needs more gears than that. So I need to figure out how I can make this design with more gears in it without it becoming huge. And as you can see, this thing has like no loss in torque whatsoever. It's amazing. I could just use this 3-speed temporarily. I don't think I put reverse on it yet. No, I don't have reverse on this thing yet. But yeah. I'll probably end up doing this with that thing. It's just way too big. But is there anything else I could change in the meantime? I would like to do a different setup for the suspension, as I've mentioned before, so I can adjust the ride height on the fly. But I think the simpler I make this for now, the better. I even tried putting like little supports here to try and fix that issue, and it didn't work. What all could I change? I've been wanting to fix this bit on the back, so why don't I do that really quick? A part of me would really like to put leaf springs on the back as well, but I like how this like walking beam or whatever it is works. This is also the very first transport truck I made in this, so of course there's going to be things that could be better. I'm going to temporarily lock everything. Is that... where did that come from? I have no idea. Okay. Get rid of this now as well. This was just to hold the back and front together as I was working on the chassis a bit. I can narrow the lower part of the chassis now as well. So I might as well do that while I'm down here. I also really need to get the Peach finally finished. It is taking way too long. Actually, leave that. Undo that. Actually, you know what? I can make this a lot simpler on myself. I would love to have some kind of races on this. Go to the other, one of the other maps, one with the racetrack on it. Bunch of people get together, build a track car within like hour or so, and then we all race. I think that would be a lot of fun. And then it needs to rotate on that end. There we go. And then I just need to narrow this bit here. It was wide like this to handle the old gearbox and stuff that I had in it. But now that I've got better designs to work with, it doesn't need to be like that anymore. And this is where the length changes, right in here. Or roughly. You can do it either this one or that one. Actually, you know what? While I'm at it, why don't I go like this? And then this whole section can be for like adjusting it for the different lengths and such. Because all the main drivetrain and stuff can be up here, and then it's just sent back to the axles. I could also bring the chassis up by a block, because it does not need to be so low. So I'm gonna do that too, I think. Which means some of these parts I can just weld together for the time being. Ooh, I will figure something out for that. But for the time being, it should be okay. This goes up by a block, that goes up. Just, it doesn't need to be so low. And if I, and with doing this, it will make it a little bit lighter and so on. So that should be above that. Go. Bump that up to there. That should be fine. Other than the suspension for the cab, which I can change a little bit. Shorten that. Take that out. Put that in. Sure, it can rotate. I wish I could just take the body off, but it's not that easy to do with this thing. With my trucks and other stuff, I usually make it so I can easily take the body off, but whatever. If I... Oh, there goes my controller disconnecting. Come on. There we go. Okay. So if I weld that together and put this plate on the body side instead, that will still work. Cool. All right. Let's do it on this side as well. All right. Suspension or cab suspension is on. It's a little bit smaller. I need to connect it up here. I also don't like how this is like that, but whatever. I would like it to be as easy as possible to make it four-wheel drive as well. So I'm going to actually extend this a little bit up to here. Like so, and then I'll just bring that up to there. And then that should work fine. The gearbox, again, I can just shorten these and move these back up to the right spot. And that should all be fine. Yeah, that works. And even if I want to put like a 3 or 4 link under the front, it'll all be in line where it needs to be. Do need to put in some of the supports because OCD. Yeah, I'll put it there. Actually, I'm gonna go there instead. And then there and there. Good enough for now. I do need to redo these body mounts. Hopefully everything is still... Ooh, nope. Okay, it is still wired up to... Or not wired up, but connected to the engine. Redoing the fuel lines for a W24 sucks. And I need to turn this that way. Go. Whoops. And then I'll do another one right behind fuel tank. And then I'll just bring a bar over like so to actually attach the fuel tank. And there we go. It should still run. Everything looks like it's still connected for the most part. I'm probably going to do what I've been doing lately and use one battery for like the chassis stuff and then a separate battery for the hood, not the hood, but the body. If I run over to this thing and see this little battery is connected to the steering and the engine, and then the other battery is connected to everything on the body. That way, if the battery for the lights and for the body stuff goes dead, you can still start the engine and have it charge it. And then I've of course got a solar panel to help keep it charged. I always put a solar panel on the roof, except for that one. So yeah, that works for now. I still need to fix this. And I'd like to redo the gearbox, but let's test it really quick. That on, get rid of those connections. It should tow the trailer empty, no problem. If the engine stays running. Come on. That is so frustrating. Alright, well, it's technically working. And it's stalled again. What is making it stall? This should all be false. Yes. This should all be false as well. All the moving parts on the engine should be false, which shouldn't make it just stop like that. Flywheel set to false. Gears should all be false. Yep. Got lots of space for a PTO of some kind too. And then the rest I'll just leave as is. I'm also going to add some weight to the trailer because it's just empty at the moment. So let's switch to tungsten because I'm pretty sure that's the heaviest material you can choose in this at the moment. And put a couple of these in the trailer. That should be centered. There we go. I guess I'm going in the other side. Why is it moving forwards? The engine seems a little bit happier now too. It's still having some issues getting the torque down to the wheels. But that's second gear. And, oh, there we go. See what I mean about the engines just kind of starting again once you actually get going? So yeah. It works. It could work better, but it works. Let's get turned around and go back to the little build spot. Another reason I want to keep the suspension the way it is it works really well. It can support a lot of weight. It has a decent amount of articulation and stuff. It's just the torque. It doesn't properly start putting the torque through until third. So I'd really like to use something other than the clutches. Because this thing should have a ton of power. It's a W24. So I just gotta figure something out. But that's gonna be it for today. A lot of what I need to do with this thing now, kind of like with the Peach, is just think about stuff and R&D and trial and error and just find what works best for it. I still need to redo the steering at some point, but I'm not too worried about that at the moment. I want to get it driving properly before I focus on how it looks and whatnot anymore. So yeah, that's it for today. So as usual, if you have any tips, tricks, questions, anything you want me to check out, feel free to leave it in the comments below. And as always, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.